Mr. Sam Mack, mate, how are you?
Really well, Aaron. Thanks for having me. Seems a little bit dodgy. You've kind of bundled me into this car with two other dudes hanging around.
I know.
This is really strange, but I'm happy to be here.
But they're good-looking dudes. They're the kind of dudes you know aren't going to hurt you.
I will get to see my family again, right?
No, you will.
Mum, Dad, this is the guy who kidnapped me if anything happens.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened. But you got to ask my questions, and mostly I ask people, and I'd love to know from you, how did your career start?
I actually won a competition. SAFM, which is like 92.9, but in Adelaide, they had a competition called Who Wants to Be a Co-Host on Air. 10 different people were selected to go on the show for a day. The listeners voted for their favourite, and the winner won a trip to Edinburgh in Scotland to review acts in the Fringe, which I won. I did that. When I got back, they offered me a job. So
cool.
Pretty lucky.
What's the worst thing that's backfired on you?
Yeah, sometimes just in interviews, you know, things can backfire. Like, I remember John Mayer, I was interviewing him just at an ARIA red carpet, and I started the question by saying, Johnny. And he didn't like that I called him Johnny.
Oh, really?
He goes, my friends call me Johnny. You're not my friend. And I'm like, wow, I won't be listening to your music ever again, John Mayer. Your body isn't a wonderland.
Now, time for my Fast Five to ask you, put you under the heat, under the light. Okay, your first car you ever owned.
First car I ever owned was a hand-me-down from my mum, and it was a Holden Camira. So, didn't pick up a girl for about 3 years.
Which now would be a collector's item. That would be
Possibly.
pretty cool.
At the time,
Pumping.
At the time, the Holden, you know, VKs and the Calais, they were kind of the cool cars.
Bigger was better.
And the Holden Camira was almost one of those, but not quite, especially when it's a four-cylinder.
Yeah. What's your opinion of the worst car on the roads at the moment?
The worst car, I would say... You know those little cars that, like, they're almost not even real cars? They're like the smallest thing you see in the...
Smart car.
Yeah, they're just, get off the road, you know?
Smart
car. I'm not a fan of those.
What is your opinion of the best car on the street?
I love Audis. I'm not really a car aficionado, but the new Audis that they put out I really like.
Now, what do you currently drive, Sam?
I currently drive a silver Audi A4.
And the final question, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is being pushed into a car by 3 dudes, 2 of them holding cameras and lights, and one of them just moving a little bit too close to me, and his hand touching my leg.
Well, you should never get pushed into a car with shorts on.
But I don't think that'll ever happen.
Probably won't. Now, mate, with that said, I'm going to wrap up the show and we can talk about your fear.
Hang on, as long as it involves you letting me out eventually.
It does.
I've been here for 3 days. Please, let me out.
Now, if you'd like to know if Sam got out of the van, go to our website, zoontv.com.au. There you can find heaps of video reviews and hot deals from our sponsors, even our iPhone app. Until next week, bye for now. You can catch us here on 7 Mate.